Right now, a high-profile murder trial back on. What to expect today as Chandler Halderson returns to court.
And a former Badger in court for a double murder when his trial begins.
Temperatures will be on the increase today, but there's a whole lot of cold to come. We're going to talk about that in the first one forecast.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning here on a Tuesday. I'm Chris Stanford.
Thanks for waking up with us, everybody. I'm Leah Lynchide. The murder trial of Chandler Halderson will resume in just a few hours.
It comes after taking the last week off for the defendant's COVID diagnosis. On Friday, the judge did give the all clear to resume this morning after Halderson's quarantine period passed. Everyone who was in close contact with Halderson has tested negative. A lot's happened in this trial already. If you need to get caught up, you can head on over to channel3000.com. Go to the Chandler Halderson trial page for a full recap of the proceedings thus far. Testimony is expected to resume around 8:30 this morning. We'll continue to be live streaming it on all of our platforms today. Then we'll have a recap in the afternoon and evening newscasts.
Also happening today, former Badger football player Marcus Randall will make his final court appearance before his trial for a double homicide starts next month. Randall charged with 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in the deaths of Brittany Mcadory and Sierra Winchester back in February 2020. His trial is set to begin February 7th.
To coronavirus headlines now, getting your COVID test results is testing people's patience in Dane County. Many sites are extending their anticipated turnaround times now due to the sheer number of people getting tested. Fitchburg Family Pharmacy says they're averaging about an 80-hour wait time for test results. That's 3.5 days. Forward Pharmacy in McFarland says it's taking at least 3 days as well.
There have been times when testing was lighter, when we were getting our test results back in less than a day, which was awesome. But right now, the most recent test results have been coming back in 3 or more days.
Public Health reopened its COVID testing site at the Alliant Energy Center last week. They use a company called Accelerated Labs to do its testing. They aim for a 48 to 72-hour turnaround time.
Moderna is working on a single shot that covers both the flu and COVID. The pharmaceutical company's CEO says it should help address concerns some people have about getting 2 separate shots. Moderna isn't planning to have the vaccine ready until the fall of 2023, and even then, it will only be available in a handful of countries.
All right, 6:02. Let's get our certified most accurate forecast, Chris Reese, with some good and some not so great news today. Hey, Chris.
Today's the warm day, but it's the only warm day that we have really coming up in that forecast. Temperatures are going to make it above freezing today. This is the ridge of warmth, but it's very short-lived because the trough with the cold starts to work its way into the picture closely. It settles in on top of us, folks, really for the next couple of days. Then a bigger one starts to settle in as we start to move towards parts of next week as well. There's lots of colder air coming up as we go through the next 10 days. In fact, this is that high temperature trend. Today, Tuesday, that is where we are going to be as warm as we've been, but we start to look ahead, and we're talking some days next week where temperatures struggle to get out of the single digits, days this week where we will not get out of the single digits. So plenty of colder air to work its way in, but today, that's going to be the warm day. In fact, you see a lot of that warmth compared to 24 hours ago hanging out back to our west. That's going to be over us as we start to move towards the afternoon. Not terribly warmer than yesterday, but still about 4, 5, 6 degrees warmer into this afternoon. You look at Doppler track. Overall, things are quiet, but there is a clipper system that's going to bring some snows throughout northern parts of Wisconsin today. This same system is what is going to usher in that Arctic front as we start to move towards later on tonight and early tomorrow. That being said, yes, we do have a chance to see some of our own snow showers and flurries out there, but it's not going to be all that big of a deal. 25, that's our temperature waking up this morning. Winds are out of the south, which warms us up, but they're blowing at 8 miles per hour. That creates a wind chill about 9 degrees colder than the actual air temperature right now. Janesville's at 23, 24 for Watertown and Juneau. Monroe, good morning. 22, that's what you're waking up at right now. 23 in Platteville. Let's plan the day. You see that southerly wind sticking around. 34 by the time we get you towards 2 o'clock. And we will see a lot of cloud cover today. The past couple of really mild days that we had, it was sunny to go along with it. That's not the case today. I expect more cloud cover. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you see our little chance for the snow showers and flurries along with some freezing drizzle moving through. That's the cold front. Temperatures drop behind it. 8:30 tomorrow morning will be right around 10 degrees. We'll hang out into the low teens tomorrow, and then by tomorrow afternoon and evening, 7, and then we'll start to dip below 0 into your Thursday, hanging out into the single digits on Thursday, back below 0 Thursday night, and into your Friday. We talk about wind chills as well. They are going to be cold. This is Thursday morning. A lot of those wind chills are into the teens, 20s, and even flirting with 30 below 0. So that is why we have the alert day in the forecast on Thursday. Friday is going to be cold too, but it will start to feel warmer into Monday. I've upped things to just a chance for snow altogether. That system is looking like something to watch, but we'll see how that plays out. We've seen multiple systems miss this year. And then more cold is set to follow that up by the time we get you towards the middle of next week.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you much. 6:05 now. North Korea increasing global tensions this morning. The U.S. describing the latest missile test as unlawful and destabilizing. South Korea says the North launched 2 short-range ballistic missiles Monday, the 4th test so far this month. It follows earlier launches that involved ballistic in what North Korea says were hypersonic missiles. Leader Kim Jong-un seems intent on building up his missile program despite devastating economic problems caused in part by COVID-19.
In Wisconsin, Republican state lawmakers are pushing a plan that would lower the minimum age to legally carry a concealed weapon in the state. Right now, you need to be 21 to apply for a concealed carry permit. The GOP-backed bill would lower that to 18. The measure's sponsor says 18-year-olds have the right to vote or go to war, so they should also have the right to carry a concealed weapon. Opponents of the bill point out the federal age to own a licensed firearm is still 21.
The Federal Aviation Administration clearing some of the most popular aircraft to land where 5G signals are present. The agency specifically cleared 2 radar altimeters used in many Boeing and Airbus jets. It comes as cell phone carriers are about to launch 5G near airports in some markets tomorrow. The FAA was so concerned that they could interfere with navigation devices, it previously banned 5G near 50 airports. As the FAA is easing restrictions, at least 10 airlines have asked the Biden administration for immediate intervention. They say the new technology could lead to catastrophic flight delays and cancellations. The airlines want the federal government to ban 5G within 2 miles of airport runways.
The Madison School District is calling for parents and community volunteers to help it fill a number of important positions. According to a Twitter post, it's looking for volunteers to help serve in a number of roles, from classroom support to office support, supervising students during arrival, dismissal, lunch, and recess, among others. The district spokesperson says these volunteers are critical to help keep schools open and also take extra responsibilities off the teachers.
We have been hovering at this threshold of critical staffing levels. And so anything that we can do to free up some of our teaching staff is certainly going to help. And so these volunteer positions are actually pretty important when we look at our ability to sustain remaining open.
So if you're interested in volunteering, helping out here, we have more information on the available positions over on channel3000.com.
Researchers at UW-La Crosse will get to study the country's largest river thanks to a $500,000 donation. The money will be used to design a new water vessel to study the Mississippi River. The donation will bring in a new generation of freshwater professionals to the area, as well as open more hands-on education for students.
Pretty neat initiative right there. 6:08 now. Coming up, in the dead of winter, a humidifier comes in pretty handy for your home. Consumer Reports has some tips to keep them running clean.
And we're in the 608 this morning with how you can thank a healthcare worker today. Stay with us.
Crazy Lenny's winter event continues.
It's not over till 1/3 of our e-bikes are sold at cost. Restrictions. All bikes come with round tires, burger buns not included, international banking laws, Pyre squares applicable. Okay, just get here before 1/3 of our bikes are sold at cost.
1/3 of all Lenny's e-bikes sold at cost.
Dirt's gonna fly at the Alliant Energy Center. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th and 5th at 7:30 and the 6th at 2 p.m. Top monster trucks including Respirator, War Wizard, and Crazy Train, along with the insane action of freestyle motocross. Every ticket includes a pit pass for the Pit Party with drivers and riders. Plus, go for a ride in a monster truck. Get tickets and details at monstersofdestruction.com. Get revved up. The Monsters of Destruction, February 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Govan Cars is having a huge winter sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $15,995 or $249 per month. That's right, don't miss out on our winter sale with the best selection of SUVs, cars, or vans under $15,995 or $249 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Govan. Go to Govan Cars, east or west.
You gotta go to WISC-TV.com.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
I'm a little old to count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
Crazy Lenny's winter event continues.
It's not over till 1/3 of our e-bikes are sold at cost. Restrictions. All bikes come with round tires, burger buns not included, international banking laws, Pi R-squares applicable. Okay, just get here before 1/3 of our bikes are sold at cost.
1/3 of all Lenny's e-bikes sold at cost.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. You have the chance to thank healthcare workers for all their efforts in the 608 today.
Josh Breiter's live outside of Unity Point Health Meriter Hospital this morning with how we can say thank you. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we probably shouldn't have to tell you at this point what our healthcare workers are still experiencing here. Coming up on year 3, Unity Point Health Meriter CEO and President Sue Erickson recently shared a letter reminding everyone that our healthcare workers deal with the reality of COVID each and every day and are still in need of community support this morning. That's why right now they're asking you at home to send some positive and caring messages to healthcare workers to keep them going through this tough time. We've got a few examples for you this morning. Take a look at your screen. They're making it super easy for you. People can send these messages to through a link online. In a statement to us, Unity Point Health Meriter's President and CEO Sue Erickson says, quote, "The sincerest of thank yous to our Meriter team who continues to work so hard every day. Providers, nurses, CNAs, food and nutrition staff, environmental services staff, business office staff, the list goes on and on. We rely on so many to provide you the safe, quality care you deserve and expect," end quote. Back out here live this morning. Again, if you'd like to help thank a healthcare worker, we're making it super easy for you up on the Channel 3000 mobile app right now. I have a link that will take you right there, and all it takes is a couple of seconds to leave them a nice note, guys. And I think it's the least that we can do for everything that they've been there for, helping us over the last couple of years and those that we know as well.
Yeah, we won't be able to thank those folks enough. I mean, everybody in the effort they've put in. We won't fully understand exactly what they've been through, but the least we can do is say thank you. So on the website, it's real easy. Just go to the homepage of the mobile app, and a few simple steps can make a big difference, right, Josh?
Yeah, I think that's what the thing is it really doesn't take a lot of time, and sometimes those simple things make a big difference. I know for me, if I see someone that even simply smiles at me, it makes me smile. So let's go do something good today.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. 6:13 now. Humidifiers and air purifiers can come in handy for that dry winter air inside your home, but keeping them clean requires some TLC. The experts at Consumer Reports reveal the secrets to keep them clean and running at peak performance. Sure, it's warm and cozy inside, but winter air can be especially dry and unfriendly.
A humidifier can help keep the air inside of your home at a comfortable level. However, a humidifier that isn't cleaned properly can produce mold spores.
To keep your humidifier fresh, always follow the manufacturer's instructions, which typically include daily and weekly maintenance. Here are some general guidelines. Every day, rinse, then towel dry the tank and fill it with clean water. Every week, give your humidifier a deep cleaning with vinegar. Remove the tank and add 1 cup of vinegar to the well in the base. Use a cleaning tool or toothbrush to get into the crevices and scrub off any built-up scale. Then rinse well. To clean the tank, fill it with 1 cup of vinegar and 1 cup of water. Then let it soak for about 20 minutes, giving it a few good swooshes along the way. Then rinse well and towel dry. And be sure to replace the filter or wick according to your owner's manual. If your current humidifier is tough to clean, maybe it's time for a change. CR recommends this Honeywell, which is easy to clean and use. Bonus, there's no wick, cartridge, or filter that needs to be replaced.
In addition to humidifiers, people also use air purifiers to reduce allergens and indoor pollutants. So it's a good idea to keep these well maintained.
Replace the filters regularly according to the manufacturer's instructions. If you have an air purifier with a permanent filter, vacuum it gently with the brush attachment about once a month. Some permanent filters can also be washed, but again, check your manual. This Honeywell is very easy to use and costs hundreds less than many of the recommended air purifiers in CR's tests. If you don't have an air purifier, Consumer Reports says you can improve indoor air quality by vacuuming regularly and limiting indoor smoke from wood fires, candles, and incense.
6:15, Chris Reese here with Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Let's just try to bottle up today and hang on to it for a while, even though we know that's not going to happen.
It's the warmest day we'll have in quite some time. Fairly mild temperatures in the 20s this morning. We're going to be adding about 10 to 11 degrees to where we are right now to the afternoon. A Doppler track is quiet, but we do have a lot of cloud cover out there. We do have a chance to see some flurries out there today. We're at 25. Winds are out of the south at 8. Your wind chill is into the teens this morning. We start to look ahead, and we'll see that cloud cover really hanging out for much of today. By lunch, though, that is about the point that our temperatures begin to cross the threshold to making things either at freezing or above freezing. Our flurry chance really holds off until the evening. That is a part of a cold front that is really going to send those temperatures down. We have alert days for Thursday into Friday as well, because wind chills could be as low as 20s or even 30s below zero in some parts of Wisconsin. This is tomorrow morning. A lot of those wind chills will be into the teens and 20s below zero. Even tomorrow afternoon, we're keeping those wind chills below zero in a lot of spots. But as we begin to wake up Thursday morning, look at how those wind chills widespread into the mid and even upper 20s below zero. This is the reason for the alert day, and it's something that we really have to pay close attention to as we start to look into the days ahead. Once again, that wind chill is going to be down into the danger territory, Leah.
Negative double digits, my goodness.
Negative double digits, that's where we are.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Chris Reese, thank you very much. 6:17 now, the Wisconsin Realtors Association says the median home price up more than 7% over a 12-month period ending in November of 2021. According to the data, the median home price is now $240,000. The association also found housing affordability slipped. The median family income only rose, meanwhile, an estimated 1% during that same time.
Playing his entire freshman season at just 17 years old, Braylon Allen has been named to the Freshman All-American team, the group determined by the Football Writers Association of America. The Badger running back rushed for over 1,200 yards and 12 touchdowns in his first season at UW. Tyler Biadasz and Jonathan Taylor were the last Badgers to take home Freshman All-American honors.
Pretty cool. And in Badger basketball news, the team is now in the top 10, coming in at number 8 in the AP poll. This is the team's highest ranking since early last season. The Badgers are set to take on Northwestern in Illinois tonight. A win would move the team into first place in the Big Ten. Tip-off is at 8.
Michael Jordan was not just an NBA superstar, he was also a global marketing powerhouse. Ahead on CBS Mornings, Larry Miller, the man behind Nike's Jordan brand, reveals the dark secret he kept hidden for decades, even from the superstar himself.
I didn't have to do this, right? I could have just continued to keep doing what I was doing and hope that it never came out. But it's what happened.
How's that for a tease, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So, coming up here At 7 a.m., you can find out what he's revealing and how Michael Jordan reacted. It's in an interview you'll see first on CBS Mornings.
You know what we'll be watching this morning, Chris?
I will.
Preschool is when so much learning starts, right? And the American College of Cardiology says that should include learning about heart health, too. A new study finds school-based programs teaching healthy habits for diet, exercise, and emotion management can create lasting lifestyle changes. And the programs are most effective at ages 4 and 5.
Some breaking news is this hour out of Kenosha. 2 people dead after a fire at a senior living community. The call came in around 9:30 last night. Our partners in Milwaukee reporting 5 other people have been taken to the hospital. We are gathering the latest information and we'll bring you updates on this story on air and online. Make sure to keep checking channel3000.com.
6:19 now. In today's trending, a car rescue complicated by a selfie.
And in our next half hour, the CDC updating its masking policy. It's left a lot of us confused about which masks are real and which can be fakes. How to tell the difference, coming up at 5:30.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hard-working families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
The Princeton Club is excited to bring words of inspiration. So I invite you to come join us and live inspired, building back the health that you want.
I choose to succeed,
rebuild,
overcome,
perseverancia,
conquer.
I can. I chose the word believe. We bring members together from all over the community, and the one thing they all have in common is that they believe that what they're doing today will make tomorrow better.
Casper's biannual bedtime sale has arrived. Save up to 50% on supremely supportive mattresses, plush pillows, cozy sheets, and more. Experience better sleep for a lot less. Shop the biannual bedtime sale online at Casper.com.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
Come join the amazing team of compassionate caregivers at the one and only Attic Angel Community. Attic Angel Community of Madison is looking for skilled RNs and CNAs and offers shift differentials and on-demand pay, tuition reimbursement, wellness center, and much more. CNAs starting at $18 an hour. We also offer rewarding careers in housekeeping and food service. Apply online today at atticangel.org. Come join the one and only Attic Angel Community.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Tina has us roaring this morning with this photo. This is her little girl, Russet. She says she's 18 months old, and this particular type of chicken is known for feathered feet. But with all that new snow, she likes to accent her feet with a new hat. Tina from North Freedom sharing that photo.
Isn't it wonderful?
It is a day maker right here.
I loved your description. You said it had us roaring this morning.
It did have us roaring. I mean, my goodness. This really set the bar for my News 3 mornings, at least for me.
This is the stuff we love to see.
Chickens and hats. That gets us talking.
It certainly does. Hey, we want to thank her for sharing that photo with us. made our morning.
If you got a chicken at home with a hat, please send in a photo. You know it's going to make it on air.
I still want to see Bascom in a hat, Leah.
I'll see what I can do. It's not going to be as cute as Russet, but I'll see what I can do for you, Chris. 6:24 now. Residents in Canada rushed to save a driver sinking in a river, only to find them taking a selfie.
Yeah, check it out. Incredible images here. The driver's car partially plunged through the ice along a river near Ottawa. And with the help of a kayak and some quick thinking, residents were able to pull the driver to safety, but not before the driver took a selfie. Video posted on social media shows, that we're going to show it here in a second. You'll be able to see the vehicle speeding across the frozen river.
Yeah.
Police say the driver was not injured during the incident, but the driver was charged with 1 count of dangerous operation of a motor vehicle.
That is unbelievable. Look at him drive across that ice.
Yeah, not safe. Leah, you always tell your dad, what do you tell your dad? Don't be the first one out, don't be the last one out.
Zeke Linscheid is a big old ice fisher, and I say, Dad, you don't go out there as the first person of the season or the morning, or the last person of the season or the morning. And I don't know if he listens to me. I did notice he recently purchased like a wetsuit that inflates if you fall into the water. I was like, Dad.
He's going to take his chances. Huh?
This is risk aversion, I think. I don't know how I feel about it.
Oh, goodness. So we were debating if Chris Reese would stop and take a selfie at that moment, because he loves taking those pictures. Like, pictures or it didn't happen, right?
When you're as handsome as Chris Reese, can you not take a selfie?
Oh, my gosh. It's one of those things where I don't know that I would take a selfie in the moment, but I understand. I feel like that person really had an Instagram caption. And the thing is, like, we always post on social media the highlights of our lives and all of these good points. So that was a moment where it's like, okay, sunk my car today, selfie. Gotta have some fun with this one on social media. I don't know.
Man.
Maybe they do it. All right, we were roaring this morning, and temperatures are roaring into the 20s. In fact, we're gonna make it into the 30s by the time you get towards this afternoon. Your bus stop forecast does have lots of cloud cover, though. A chance for flurries does exist later on today, but that happens after we're home.
Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The Lynx device stops reflux by using magnets to strengthen the muscle at the end of the esophagus, and this prevents acid from flowing from the stomach back into the esophagus.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
We're here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, looking back at some of today's amazing plays.
Check it out, the old double play. 2 machines at once.
I'm not even sure that's allowed. And how about this celebration?
Man, these guys are on form. And an incredible drink delivery. Whoa! What a great recovery.
Yeah, and that beer looks pretty delicious.
It sure does. Let's join them.
Heck yeah.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible. This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself, I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from reflux, please join us for our upcoming seminar on the Lynx device, a new and innovative treatment to stop reflux.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Right now, finding a mask that follows the new CDC guidelines, how to spot a real one and a counterfeit.
Temperatures will be on the increase today, but then comes the bitter cold. We've got that latest forecast just moments away.
And an anticipated legal battle in the state Supreme Court this week. The case for new redistricting maps for Wisconsin. Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And we start with some breaking news. 2 people dead, 5 injured in a fire in a Kenosha senior living facility. According to our sister station in Milwaukee, this fire started at Saxony Manor Apartments at around 9:30 last night. This fire being investigated by local authorities this morning. The Red Cross assisting those that have been displaced. There are a lot of developments coming out at this hour. We will update you with new information as soon as we get any. The CDC, meantime, updating its masking policy. It's left a lot of us confused about what's a proper mask now.
Yeah, they recommend people wear, quote, the most protective mask you can that fits you well and that you'll wear consistently. The organization also says the best protection comes from KN95 and N95 masks, but it can get confusing to determine if they're the real deal.
Now, if the box says FDA approved, the mask is probably not a real N95. Real N95s are approved by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. The second way to spot a fake respirator is if there's no branding on it. The name of the company and the type of mask, N95, KN95, or KF94, should be clearly visible.
Actually, I think it has 7 layers, the 95 stands for it filters out 95% of small particles.
Finally, if an N95 or KN95 is labeled for children, it's probably not legitimate. There are no respiratory masks approved for kids right now, only smaller sizes that can be made to fit them.
Meanwhile, all 72 counties in Wisconsin are still in the highest level of COVID-19 transmission. And as Wisconsin's DHS continues to update its auto import case process, more than 30,000 cases were reported here in a single day. They do expect this COVID data to be temporarily elevated while backlogged cases are brought into this live system. Right now, though, with the amount of active cases, the 7-day average is at nearly 18,000 across Wisconsin. To our other top story this morning, Chandler Halderson is expected to be back in court to resume his trial today. The trial faced an unprecedented postponement last week when Halderson tested positive for COVID-19. He's on trial for allegedly killing his parents and dismembering their bodies. On the last day of the trial, prosecutors said his parents' blood had been found on Chandler's shoes. You can find a full breakdown of the trial so far up on channel3000.com.
Wisconsin lawmakers are preparing for a legal battle this week. Tomorrow, justices on the state Supreme Court will hear arguments that could determine the state's voting maps for the next decade. The state's high court agreeing 4-3 to follow a least change approach, meaning proposed maps shouldn't differ greatly from the current ones. Republicans will try to argue that maintaining a majority of the existing boundaries disenfranchises the fewest voters. Democrats, however, oppose the maps drawn by Republicans a decade ago, calling them some of the most gerrymandered in the country.
They're going to have a preference for keeping the cores of the districts intact and modifying them as little as possible.
Multiple parties are expected to testify, and the session is expected to last over 5 hours, with the court's final decision expected in the following weeks.
6:33 now. Let's turn over to Chris Reese, the certified most accurate forecast, and look at what we're looking at today. Hey, Chris.
It is mild as you begin to walk out the door. Temperatures right now right around where our average high would be this time of the year, 25. The wind chill is 16. So it feels colder, but we are certainly mild. 23 for Janesville, lots of mid-20s showing up for all of us here in southern Wisconsin. But notice the wind direction, it's out of the south. And that southerly wind is one that's really going to help warm those temperatures up into the afternoon. It also provides a little bit more moisture, perhaps just enough for a couple of flurries later on this afternoon and evening. I want to zoom things out. Let's look at the Midwest as a whole. Overall, we're quiet. This Clipper system that's going to impact northern parts of the state, that will be ushering in an Arctic front later on, and that sends us from the fridge and into the deep freezer. Here's an Arctic front moving through. Winds are going to be out of the north and west behind that, and then here comes the cold as we start to move in these next couple of days. In fact, let's track some of these wind chills together. This is tomorrow, 10:30 in the morning. A lot of those wind chills are still to the teens below zero at that point. Even into tomorrow afternoon, we're going to keep those wind chills below zero. Thursday morning, even colder, teens in 20s and 30s below zero when it comes to a lot of those wind chills. For the weekend, we'll see our wind chills relax just a bit, but then we start to turn into early next week. Perhaps a chance for some snow on Sunday into Monday, but then the cold follows that right back up. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be talking about wind chills again, 20 to 30 degrees below zero in the morning as you begin to head out. We've seen this show up a lot more than we've seen snow show up this winter, and the upper air pattern is a big reason for that. It's so cold that we're keeping that storm track further to the south. In fact, more winter storms are going to be possible across parts of Tennessee and Kentucky tomorrow, and perhaps even the Carolinas into Georgia as we move towards early next week as colder air continues to settle in on top of us. So we are truly into the deep freezer. We do have one chance of snow that I am watching, though. Well, a couple. We'll have a chance for some flurries Friday into Saturday, and maybe a system that can bring us some snow Sunday into Monday and perhaps put a fresh coating of snow on the ground. We'll see how this plays out, but we've seen how the rest of this winter plays out. Almost every chance of snow we've had falls apart as we get closer, so I will not be optimistic on that. That being said, here's your extended forecast. More temperatures into the teens, especially as we get towards next week. Thursday, we won't get out of the single digits. The middle of next week, we will struggle to get out of the single digits.
Ooh. All right, Chris, layer up.
That's all we can do, Leah.
Thank you very much,
That's all we can do.
6:35 now. Senator Tammy Baldwin is joining 21 other lawmakers and asking the FDA to allow gay men to donate blood. The current regulation says gay men who have been celibate for 3 months are able to donate. That current waiting period was brought down from 12 months at the start of the pandemic. The letter from the senators asks to remove any restrictions on gay men. This comes as the Red Cross has declared a national blood supply crisis for the first time.
It's not just the gay community that contract HIV and AIDS, right? It's not just the gay community. Everyone's blood needs to be tested before it's given to anyone else.
According to a UCLA study, lifting restrictions on men who have sex with other men could increase the annual blood supply by 2 to 4%. That equals out to more than 1 million lives saved.
Throughout the course of the pandemic, scientists have relied on a number of ways to track the spread of the virus. But one method has given researchers a look at COVID-19 on a community-wide level. That's wastewater monitoring. Right now, data from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services seems to show a considerable decline in the virus's presence in Madison's sewer system. But because wastewater samples include a mix of everything that gets flushed down a drain, it can be difficult to find the virus. That's why scientists working at the COVID-19 wastewater surveillance program say we should be patient.
As a state, I would say we're not past the peak yet. Just that's how it's looking. Whether Madison is maybe turning the corner faster, I would want to hope with everybody else, but we don't know that yet. We'll need another week or two maybe of data to really see where it's going.
Late last week, health officials in Rock County said wastewater monitoring led them to believe COVID-19 is much more prevalent in the community now than it's ever been. All right, it is 6:37 now as we take a look outside. We are going to be nice and mild today. Temps in the 30s, but then the bottom drops out. Chris Reese is timing that drop in temps coming up.
And it's the busy season for Sturgeon Bay. What has some people traveling to the area to catch a glimpse?
Plus, how you can thank a healthcare worker today in the 608.
It's my woke up like this migraine medicine. It's Ubrelvy. One dose can quickly stop my migraine in its tracks within 2 hours.
Do not take with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Most common side effects were nausea and tiredness.
Ask about Ubrelvy, the anytime, anywhere migraine medicine.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm David Cohen, the COO of Love Your Teeth. When we did the clinical study and saw that it whitened people's smile 7 shades in 7 days with only 10-minute applications, we knew we had to share it with the world. Love Your Teeth whitens natural teeth, as well as stains on caps and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. And for those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, with Love Your Teeth, you can target that area using swab precision.
I love red wine, tea, coffee, and I typically get stains at the bottom part of my teeth, and it's very obvious. This was my smile before I started using Love Your Teeth, and then here's my smile now.
I would describe Love Your Teeth as easy to use. I'm so happy with results. Before I started Love Your Teeth, I took a selfie. So white, so different.
If you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And with each 10-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth.
I'm Dr. Gold. I've been a dentist for 25 years. When I looked at the clinical study for Love Your Teeth, I was blown away by the results. Love Your Teeth really works. Finally, an at-home teeth whitening product that I can recommend with confidence.
With Love Your Teeth, my teeth were looking great. I would just wake up every day oh my God, my teeth are getting whiter. It was just amazing for me. I saw a difference every single day. I'm just so confident in the way that my smile looks.
In the past, while I was using other teeth whitening products, my teeth became sensitive, and that's just uncomfortable. With Love Your Teeth, something that I really loved about it is there was zero sensitivity the entire process.
Order Love Your Teeth this new year and get 50% off, plus get free shipping. And as an added bonus, get a free Love Your Teeth Go Pen with your order. Visit loveyourteeth.com or call the number on your screen.
If you're hungry and you want a great deal, the Super Slam is your perfect meal. It's pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, and hash browns. It's enough breakfast for dinner, and it's as good as it sounds. See you at Denny's.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
Welcome back. You have the chance to thank healthcare workers for all their efforts in the 608 today.
Josh Breider's live outside of Unity Point Health Meritor Hospital this morning with what we can do. It's the least we can do, really, Josh, and it's easy.
Yeah, super easy, guys. Good morning to you. Good morning to everyone at home. Leaders here at Unity Point Health Meritor Hospital say that they appreciated all the love and support that we all gave them at the start of the pandemic nearly 2 years ago now. But now, as many of us have moved on and returned to some sense of normalcy, healthcare teams are continuing to deal with COVID-19 each day with mental health and resiliency being strained this morning. They're frustrated and right now feel forgotten, but you have the opportunity to change that today. You're asked to send some positive and carry messages to healthcare workers to keep them going through the tough times. They're making it super easy. People can send these messages through a link online. We'll get you more about that in here in just a second. But first, in a statement to us, Unity Point Health Meritor's president and CEO, Sue Erickson, tells me, quote, "It is a privilege to serve and care for you, and we'll continue to do just that. I believe we are stronger together and appreciate all this community has done and continues to do to support us. We're going to get through this, but it will take all of us working together," end quote. If you'd like to thank a healthcare worker, again, it is super easy. Just go to the story on channel3000.com or click on the Channel 3000 mobile app this morning. I've posted a link right there, and all it takes is a couple of seconds to write a nice message for these folks behind me to get and give them a little boost later on today, guys.
Boy, truly, as Chris said, it is the least we can do 2 years into the pandemic, Josh, and these folks are on the front lines still fighting for us.
Yeah, and I think sometimes we often forget that. You know, a lot of us have gone back to work. We're back in school. You forget that these folks are dealing with this 8, 10, 12 hours, maybe even more every day. So the little things that we can do to make them smile and give them a little bit of a positive impact is really, really a good thing, guys.
Sure is. Least we could do. Thanks, Josh. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out on social media or email him at in608 at WISC-TV.com.
6:43 now. A cold case team that combed through evidence for 5 years is reaching what it calls the most likely scenario of who betrayed Jewish teenager Anne Frank and her family. The Franks and 4 other Jews hid in a secret annex in Amsterdam between July of 1942 and August of 1944. That's when they were discovered and deported to concentration camps. In a new book called The Betrayal of Anne Frank, Rosemary Sullivan accuses a prominent Jewish notary of betraying the family as a trade to protect himself. The team investigated over 30 suspects in 20 different scenarios to come up with that most likely scenario.
To the underwater volcano eruption near Tonga, a closed airport and down communications has made it difficult to understand the true scope of the devastation this morning. Ash blanketed the island following the eruption, making aid deliveries to the airport impossible. New Zealand's military now preparing to send drinking water and other supplies once the runways clear. In the meantime, the country's parliament has established that a basic level of communication could be reestablished before the end of the week.
All right, 6:45 now. Chris Reese here with your First Warn Weather, certified most accurate. A cold snap coming, Chris.
Yes, indeed. Today's going to be the warmer day out there. This is a beautiful shot. We're seeing a little bit of sun as those clouds continue to increase. We're going to see more clouds than sun throughout today. We'll warm up to 36 as we start to move into the afternoon. That being said, headed out the door right now, it is 25. Your wind chill comes in at 16 this morning. Most of us are seeing those temperatures into the mid-20s and the wind chills that are hanging out into the teens for us. In fact, wind chills get a lot colder as we start to move through time. This time tomorrow, a lot of those wind chills are going to be in the teens below zero, only warming up to about 10 below zero into the afternoon, and then by Thursday morning, we're into the 20s and even some 30s below zero will begin to show up throughout parts of Wisconsin. That being said, we do have alert days in that forecast. Thursday and Thursday night into Friday, wind chills as cold as 25 below zero in some spots, again, if not even colder, and then only warming up to about 0 to -10 when it comes to those wind chills throughout the day. Lots of colder air showing up in that forecast, Leah.
Ooh, all right, Chris Reese giving us that first warn. We appreciate it. All right, let's take a live look now at Sturgeon Bay this morning. Pretty beautiful shot there. It's the start of the off-season for shipping freights on the Great Lakes. For Fincantieri Bay Shipbuilding in Sturgeon Bay, that means it's their busy season, with ships coming in from all across the Great Lakes. Freighters come into port for the next couple of months, and crews go home for a break. But in the meantime, bay workers in Sturgeon Bay work around the clock to give the ships their necessary maintenance before the shipping season starts again in March. For locals, watching the freights come in is a bit of a tradition.
It's pretty neat. I've done it a couple times. It's pretty cool to see if you want to walk out there and look at it. You can feel the pressure change. It's pretty cool. A little scary, I guess, too, you know, if you're not used to it.
Leaders in Sturgeon Bay say the freights are great for the economy and tourism. Speaking of tourism, back in our neck of the woods, the ice castles in Lake Geneva are set to open this Saturday. Artists have been bringing the castle to life over the last month. New this year, they'll have horse-drawn sleigh rides down an illuminated path for your family. Tickets go on sale tomorrow morning. Weekend adult prices, $27 a ticket, $22 for kids. Prices are slightly less for the weekdays.
Now, as you might be able to tell by that video, it is best to see those ice castles at night. You know, with the lights illuminating everything. It's so cool. I haven't seen these ice castles in Lake Geneva, but other places, it's just really, it's so cool. I just don't know if I could stay up that late and head over to Lake Geneva one of these evenings.
Not only is it hard for us to stay up, Chris, but it's going to be cold this week. Ooh, I mean, Mother Nature helping the ice castles stick around.
Yeah, at least you know they won't be thawing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All right, in Spring Valley, Wisconsin, up near Eau Claire, there's a farm known as Scapegoats. It's having a festive January with their goats, making for some pretty good video, too. So owner Dana Myers started caring for goats 5 years ago to take care of invasive buckthorn plants. Well, now he runs a buckthorn mitigation company, and he's got more than 150 goats as employees. And around Christmas, our trash is turning into the goats' treasure.
The trees offer antioxidants and trace minerals, a lot of vitamin A, a lot of vitamin C. Going into the landfill doesn't really do any good.
Well, there you go, a solution to a common problem around the holidays. Myers says the city of Menominee has expressed interest now in partnering up with them for tree recycling next year.
I would definitely take a little road trip, throw my tree in the back, watch some goats eat it.
There you go. I know that goats around the Madison area will take care of some invasive plants. And if we can all just, how about this? You know, we just have a herd of goats wandering all of the city streets, and then they can take care of our Christmas trees right there on our curb.
We'd make Madison a tourist destination for sure.
Cute.
Love that. 6:48 now. Coming up, Halderson back in court. Local teens arrested for battery and a lawsuit against Amazon. We have all the headlines you need to know in the morning sprint.
If you've got a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know. Send us their pictures so we can show it on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Menards has everything you need for your painting project. We have the best brands, quality, and prices on paints from Pittsburgh. Grand Distinction is a paint and primer in one with a distinctively rich color. A gallon is $19.98 after $14 rebate. Get the floor of your dreams with Menards' huge selection of Shaw flooring. From luxurious carpet to durable laminate flooring and waterproof vinyl plank. Find the perfect addition to your home. Save big on Shaw Flooring.
Save big money at Menards.
Test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhafels, and you could win a 2-year lease to a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Beauty Rest Black is the ultimate in luxury and comfort. Queen mattresses start at just $23.99. Plus, get a free weighted blanket and $200 in Steinhafels cash. And with Steinhafels special financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
I'm Gary Canoldi, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise August 9th through the 21st. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night Holiday America Line cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, to learn more about this tour and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
The Washington Swamp. Ron Johnson's up to his neck in it. It's no surprise Johnson broke his promise to only serve 2 Senate terms as his net worth doubled in office. Johnson pushed for a new tax loophole for the wealthiest Americans, personally benefited from the tax break, and 2 of his biggest donors pocketed millions. Ron Johnson's deep in the swamp, out for himself, not us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
At SSM Health, hope is closer than ever.
Welcome back, 6:52, time for the morning sprint.
And we start with some breaking news from overnight. 2 people dead, 5 injured after a fire at a Kenosha senior living facility. According to our sister station in Milwaukee, the fire started at Saxony Manor Apartments at around 9:30 last night. The fire is under investigation. The Red Cross is assisting those that have been displaced. It's a developing story. We'll update you with any new information throughout the day. Breaking news overnight here in Madison. The Wisconsin State Journal reporting a La Follette High School student has died in a car crash. the interim principal, emailing parents last night saying that Jeremiah Broomfield was an outgoing student with a dynamic personality. News 3 Now and Channel 3000 are working to find out details of what happened.
The trial of Chandler Halderson set to resume this morning. It was put on hold last week after Halderson tested positive for COVID. Halderson is on trial for allegedly killing his parents and dismembering their bodies. On the last day of the trial, prosecutors said his parents' blood had been found on his shoes. You can find a full breakdown of the case so far up on channel3000.com.
If you're shopping for a new mask following the latest guidelines from the CDC, there are some things to look out for. All masks approved by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health will have the kind of mask printed clearly on it, as well as an approval number that begins with the letters TC. If they look like a KN95 or an N95, but they don't have that number, they're probably counterfeits.
With an unprecedented increase in COVID cases across Wisconsin, many testing sites struggling to keep up with the demand. A few sites have even extended their turnaround time for results from 72 hours to closer to 80. More on those times and expanding local testing is up on channel3000.com.
A Platteville woman is dead this morning after crashing her vehicle Monday. Grant County Sheriff's officials say that 22-year-old Olivia Zimmer was headed south on US 51 north of Airport Road just before 2 a.m. when she lost control of her vehicle. Zimmer was ejected and died at a hospital. The incident is under investigation.
Monroe police say they arrested 2 teens after allegedly beating another teen Sunday night. According to police, a group of 4 boys was seen beating another just before 11 that night. Police found and arrested a 16-year-old from Monroe and a 15-year-old from Broadhead. Multiple other suspects have been identified in the case. It remains under investigation.
The FBI says the hostage situation at a Texas synagogue was a terror-related anti-Semitic attack. The suspect, 44-year-old Malik Fazal Akram, was killed. All the hostages escaped unharmed. CBS News has learned the Department of Homeland Security has sent out a memo to local law enforcement warning that there could be future attacks on faith-based communities.
The parents of one of the 6 workers killed by a tornado that struck an Amazon warehouse are suing the e-commerce giant for wrongful death. 26-year-old Austin McEwen died, along with 5 others, when an EF3 tornado struck the Illinois facility on December 10th. In a legal action, his parents allege Amazon failed to protect its workers, placing profits over safety. A spokesperson for Amazon says the company will fight that lawsuit.
The first full moon of the year, known as the Wolf Moon, happened overnight. The lunar event was named after wolves that were thought to howl more frequently this time of year. It's according to the Old Farmer's Almanac. The January full moon, also referred to as the Old Moon and the Ice Moon.
Netflix is raising its prices. New customers will now pay $15.50 a month for the standard streaming plan. That's up from $14 a month. Existing subscribers are getting the same increase, but those hikes will be rolled out gradually. Netflix says it will notify users 30 days ahead of a price change.
All right, we have alert days of that forecast for Thursday. This is where wind chills will be around 20 to 25 degrees below zero at times, and actual air temperatures are going to hang out below zero and in the single digits. Today, it's the warmest day we're going to see for quite a while. 24 right now. Winds are out of the south, sustained at 10. That does create a wind chill at 14, but actual air temperatures, even with the strong southerly wind, they're going to be warming up into the mid-30s for your highs. Here's that push of cold that arrives for the middle and end of this week. A bigger push of cold, perhaps, arrives as we start to move into parts of next week. Details are still fuzzy, but we are watching it along with a chance to see some snowflakes, perhaps into the weekend with flurries and maybe a chance of snow on Monday. Behind that chance of snow comes even more cold, guys.
All right. Stay tuned, folks, for more breaking news and weather. We'll be back in half an hour.